January 2026 recommendation. A new year has started, and new binges and new fun stories to discover have started. For the yes section, the little lies we all tell. These girls have a secret. One is an alien, one's a boy, one's superpowered, and one's a ninja. And it's slice of life, but with the fun little twist. The Mighty Nine. From the same creator and in the same universe as Vox Machina, but takes place 20 years apart and in a different area. I am once again jealous of not being able to write this story. The Legend of Vox Machina is literally one of my favorite shows, and I loved seeing more stories told in the universe that the creator has made, even if it isn't with Vox Machina. And the group of characters we got was really fun, and I quite enjoy this group just as much as I did the other one, so works out good. And the animation, gorgeous. True beauty. I've seen the anime version of this, but the K-drama version is just as good. It is such a base story, like I talked about the anime. Like, it is exactly as tropey as it comes to an extent, but I love it, and we love tropes for that reason. And the only weird hook they got going on there is she's getting bullied because she's ugly, and the actress is not ugly at all, but of course, she's like movie star ugly. She's got pimples, but but she learns makeup, and then we have a love triangle. So the Rocky Mountain Mortician Murder, this story is really crazy, and you won't know who's telling the truth or who to believe. So A Body in the Basement. This is a bunch of real life cases of murders taking place in basements and different versions of them. All of them very unfortunate cases. 1,000 Pound Sisters, season 8. I cannot believe there are 8 seasons of this, for one, because I remember when I first started watching it, which to me, I'm like, that's 8 years ago. Crazy. I still love following this family's weight loss journey, even though Miss Amy is really been getting on my last nerve. Miss Tammy is starting to get there too, but not quite yet. I'm seriously hoping that they figure out what's up. I may be a guild receptionist, but I'll still solo any boss to clock out on time. In a fantasy world, a receptionist is a guild. She's like a guild receptionist for like this place where they go whenever they're looking for new adventures and like dungeons to claim, that kind of thing. And if they're not doing everything fast enough or beating the boss quick enough, she has to do overtime. So she'll basically like fight the boss because she's also really OP. But it's really just coming from a place if she wants to go home. And the premise of that is funny enough. So she's stronger than everyone else in her world, but is just happy being a receptionist. The daily life of a middle-aged online shopper in another world. Imagine you're sent to a fantasy world, you just got isekai, you just got hit by Van Coon, and your power is having an Amazon account. It sounds kind of stupid, but I could quite enjoy it. I really did. Strangest Things. No, this is not a Stranger Things ripoff. This is Strangest Things. It's a little bit different. And this one is literally just like strange artifacts and the history about them, and that's pretty much all that is. The Pit season 2. I loved season 1. It was like one of my favorite shows of last year. And pretty much it's filmed the same kind of way. We have one shift, and every hour is a different episode. Just as in the first season, the framing of the show is amazing. It's perfect. The episode structure is great. If you ever give a doctor show a chance, let it be this one. This one's really good. Stans. This is a documentary on Eminem and his fans. And yes, me, myself, and all of me was a huge Eminem stan back in the day. When I was a teenager, I was obsessed with him. I had so much merch. I had fan accounts dedicated to him. As soon as I discovered his music, I had just started going through a really tough time as a teenager. My parents' divorce, and then everything else kind of went downhill from there. And he really got me through a lot of tough times, his music did. I had every album. And I have every album still on my phone to this day. And I still do genuinely like Eminem. I just don't need to obsess over his music to feel better. I kind of use it as I guess like a crutch when I was a teenager. You can do that, and there's nothing wrong with it. But I don't think I'm obsessed with him now like I was when I was like 15 or 16. I still do like him though, and love to see him in concert. But this documentary shows how dangerous the obsession can be. Love all play. This is a quaint little anime about badminton. If you fancy this, I personally like sports anime. It's one of my favorite genres. It's literally one of my top 3 favorite genres. Not even exaggerating here. So, yeah. Attack on Titan Season 4. So, I had technically seen this as a very, very large Levi Ackerman stan in here, but I apparently didn't finish it, and I didn't notice until, me and my fiance, we have been going through and watching every big show that I love. We got to this one, and I realized I never finished it. I had like 4 episodes that I didn't finish, and I can't tell you why, or I somehow forgot, because I was obsessed with this, show. I still am. I still think this is like one of the greatest things to ever like bless my eyes, but for some reason I didn't, and it doesn't really make sense. This is literally my second favorite anime of all time, and is one of the best stories ever written. But during season 4 part 2, I became a manager at a restaurant, but like in a different manager position than I originally had. So I was working 17 to 23 hours a day. So I'm thinking I'm probably just forgot, in all honesty. For all those who know, you know. I wanted to show my fiance this gym, and that's when I realized that I did not complete everything. So we completely rewatched everything in like, I think 2 weeks. We rewatched the entire series, and it was peak watching all 4 seasons back, knowing what I know. It was really cool, would recommend. I was literally brought to tears by this amazing story. And if you somehow never seen this show and have never seen any anime, let this be the one. This wasn't my first anime, but I can imagine if it was, it's kind of going to ruin anime for you, because if this is your first anime, it's going to definitely make you search for this amazing high that you're probably never going to get again. But my first anime was Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, which is also still my favorite anime, and yeah, that one was, it's really hard to beat that. So, you can take that with what you want. But you should start this masterpiece. The animation, the music, the characters, the plot is just amazing. The 6,000 Pound Diaries with Dr. Now. So I'm thinking Dr. Now's contract with TLC went out, since he's been doing 600 Pound Life for I don't even know how many years. Yeah, still love seeing this man doing this after so many years, love it. Hi, card. So our heroes use cards with special powers, but it's not like Yu-Gi-Oh! It's not like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Situation or anything. It's more like each card is like a rare weapon that one person can possess, for each person to wield it. It's beautifully animated. It's kind of hard to explain. Thunderbolts. So Marvel really should do more of the small stories like this. It was really nice, and this movie actually surprised me. Like, it was a really gentle story, real nice story, real gentle. I loved it. Why doesn't Marvel do this anymore? And like, everyone's parts were played so well, and it was a very light movie. And it's pretty sad, knowing what I know. We're going into a different phase in Marvel where basically this timeline was going to be null and void, which I think they've done everything to death. So what else can they do? And then they're going to go into a new timeline. So sadly, the Thunderbolts, it doesn't matter, which is sad, because it was actually good. Now for the meta section, please put them on Takumi-san. So I had a feeling, based on the title of this, this is not going to be my thing. However, I decided I want to watch it on my own and see if I dislike it. And yeah, it literally is what you think it is from this title. this girl has different powers based on if she takes off her underwear or not, and then something with her nipples. I don't remember. It didn't make it. I don't know. 9 Perfect Strangers Season 2. I actually really liked Season 1, and I really felt that the last season actually had more things going on, and Season 2 didn't need to happen. I don't know if this is accurate. I didn't do any research on this, but I can be willing to bet that this was based on a book, and Season 1 was kind of the book, but not quite. And they have no book material left for Season 2, and they pulled it out of their ass, and, because they're trying to, like, you know, oh, a new show that's popular, let's make another season. Yeah, no. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. A herbivorous dragon of 5,000 years gets unfairly villainized, sorry. This dragon's just really a soft boy, that's all there is. Elio. This movie's definitely much better than you'd believe, given nobody talked about it, and there was, like, no marketing whatsoever, like, which is bad. But it still is needing something a little bit more, but it wasn't bad. It was actually a really cute story, but definitely a marketing issue. The Fire Hunter. Girl basically magically dog sits. Like, she's dog sitting for this magical hunter. The No Section. Bat Fam. I'm not sure if it was the art style or the comedy. It was definitely made for younger people, but I did not like it. One battle after another. Lots of people seem to like this, and I feel bad that I'm not one of them. I tried. I was halfway through the movie before I realized it, and I realized that I was like, let me just give this 20 minutes and see if I like it. And then we were halfway through the movie, and I realized that I have not enjoyed myself. Isekai Office Worker. The Other World's books depend on the bean counter. As riveting as this sounds, it was about as interesting as the title is. Deadly Girls Trip. This trip was barely the issue on this. Like, watch this movie, you'll see what I mean. Like, literally, the title has very little to do with the movie. All of the issues is literally after the trip. Higurashi knew when they cry. So I'm pretty sure the original is 100% better, and I'm not going to judge this title on this because this is the remake and this is all I could find, and this one was not good. But I heard the original is really good. So if I find the original, I will definitely watch that.
Hadouken! Finish him!